Hey, this is Brian, and I'm out here in the park today with Mr. Teddy, who just came in this morning. He's a young Aussie, a little bit insecure, but kind of what I want to talk about in this video is creating relevancy with a dog and the ways that you can achieve that. And I haven't done anything with him yet other than he came in and I let him socialize with the dogs a little bit. So this is my first time out working him on the long line. But, a lot of different ways to create relevancy. You hear people wanting to create like a strong food drive in the dog or a strong toy drive in the dog, so that creates relevancy, right? You're a resource for those things. But that also falls into the prey drive category when you're looking at the drives. So food is predatory, right? Food drive is prey drive. Toy drive is prey drive. That can create relevancy, but, he's a little bit, anxious, not too bad though right now, but when he came in initially. So, typically they're not going to take food sometimes in the beginning. And so, or they're just not into toys, or maybe they're not into toy at that time. And so for me, I don't want to, my first imprint on that dog is as far as being relevant. I don't want that to be something that is going to create excitement or that is in the prey drive. I'm always looking, and this is just me, right? So my goal is I'm always looking to work that dog in the pack drive, right? How can I make myself relevant and how can I build pack drive? Now, there's a number of ways that I build relevancy with dogs. Something as simple as them coming out of their crate, until they give me eye contact, I'm relevant, then I allow them to come out of the crate. That's one way. If I have a dog that's very flighty or very insecure, and I'm teaching that dog how to work through its flight issues, where we're doing long line work, and I'm teaching that dog, if it moves back towards me, then it's in a safe place, it's in a calmer state. So therefore, at that point, I'm creating relevancy. I'm showing that dog where safety is. Allowing the dogs to engage with other dogs if he wants to be social, right? And that's part of pack drive as well, but all drives are in action when dogs are being social, the prey drive, pack drive, and defense drive, through all that interaction. But how's the dog able to get in and engage with the pack? That solely is through me. So I'm relevant in the sense of, do I give the dog access to dogs, right? And so today I'm going to create relevancy with him by just doing the long line work. So sometimes creating relevancy is bringing the dog or not allowing the dog to engage in something. So in this exercise, when I'm doing long line work, is if he starts tracking, he's going in the prey drive. And when I turn, and the line gets checked, that's going through his defense drive, and then he's coming out of prey drive, and then he starts to follow me or engage and come into me. So now I'm becoming relevant because I'm controlling the prey drive, and at the same time I'm building my pack drive. So that's my goal initially with the dogs. I want to build the pack drive right out of the gate. If I want to, if I see later when the dog's more comfortable, the confidence level's coming up, he is interested in toys, or now he's in a calmer state where he will work, with food, where he will take food, so the stress levels have diminished to the point where now the dog will engage in a treat or engage in a toy, then by all means, if I'm going to use that, in ways to fulfill the dog, then I will. If the dog is really into retrieving, I'm going to teach him how to do the retrieving the way I do it. It's just very simplistic. I'm not a retrieving hunting guy, but I can lay out the basics for the dog so we can fulfill that prey drive in the dog. So anyways, that's just kind of a quick little blurb on how you can create relevancy with the dogs. Going through thresholds, that's another great thing. Again, and that is something that I'm not a big fan of, like kind of claiming a threshold. If a dog's going to go through the threshold before me, that dog's already in prey drive, right? And so what you're seeing here when I work them on the long lines is that's my first thing, is I'm controlling that prey drive. So if a dog goes through the threshold, he hits the end of the long line, he has to come back to me through that threshold. He'll stop doing that after a while because, again, I'm just bringing him out of prey drive back in the pack drive. So at some point he's going to stop and sit there and look at me going, how can I get out this threshold? Now that I have the connection where the dog's giving me eye contact, I can either walk him out the threshold with me or I can release him through the threshold. So again, I made myself relevant, you know? So just kind of stop and think about all these things that you do with your dog, because there's a good number of these things that you're doing. You can create relevancy with them. You just have to stop and think about it. That's all. So anyways, I'm gonna go start him on a long line and create some relevancy. Let's go, buddy. He wants to take a nap, it looks like. So again, here he goes into prey drive. There's a pack drive. There's prey drive. Prey drive. Pack drive. There we go. That was easy. Hi, buddy. And so I'm going to acknowledge this. He gives me the eye contact. Let's go. Let's go. Prey drive. Let's go. Good boy. Teddy. Good. This is pack drive. Right? So he's a little bit not as timid as he was when I met him. Right? So now if I move off from him with no pressure on the line, I always want to check to see where we are. He chooses to follow me. Doesn't say he's not going to go back into prey drive. No pressure on the line. I want to see what he decides to do. So he's packing in. Right here is prey drive. Let's go. So then I just bring myself back to being relevant again. Teddy. Good boy. Back in the pack drive. Good job, buddy. Well, that was easy. So it tells me that Teddy has high pack drive. Right there. All right, well, we're gonna carry on and keep building some relevancy. So off we go. Thanks for watching. Teddy, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Good boy. Teddy. Good. Let's go.